Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play. This time around, it is Lucky Luke Wanted for the Game Boy Advance. This is the second Lucky Luke game that I've ever played, the first one being the Game Boy game that later got a Game Boy Color release that came out a few years before this. And just like that game, this one is Europe only, hence why you can pick between 6 different languages, and French is the default. This is a Belgian comic after all. Well, this was based on a Belgian comic of the same name, Lucky Luke, which had Lucky Luke and his horse Jolly Jumper and his dog Rin Tin Can and his adventures where he went after criminals such as the Dalton brothers and several others, but most notably the Dalton brothers. And, well, I managed to find out that this one existed, so I might as well go ahead and play it. So here we are at the main menu. The red bullet in the chamber is pointing at what you are highlighting, so we're highlighting New Adventure. But if we press up or down, we can, well, move this around, and when we do, the background will move in the direction of what we were highlighting. So it's scrolling towards New Adventure, but if you move the bullet to password, it moves up and left towards password. Up and right towards 2-player duel, right towards duel practice, down and right towards the credits, and down and left towards the options. There's not much to the options, it's just the ability to toggle music and sound effects, which you can toggle when you pause the game. And we have passwords, though I doubt I'm going to use them. There is the 2-player duel and duel practice, but I will be able to explain duels in the game. And, well, there's all that's left to do is New Adventure, so let's go ahead and pick New Adventure. And there are 2 difficulties, normal and difficult. I'm just going to be playing on normal. I'm pretty sure difficult just has some subtle differences. There's just enemies that take more damage, or you having less damage to take. I've never played around with it. I'm just going to play with normal. Lucky Luke thought his days of dealing with the Dalton brothers and their wrongdoings were over. The gang was behind bars with a long enough sentence to forget they ever existed. But destiny had to go a-meddling and destroy our lonesome cowboy's sweetest dreams. The United States had just elected a new president. And, to celebrate his victory, he granted a general amnesty for all felons. Yeah, like, this is going to work beautifully in any way whatsoever. Out you go, you Dalton boys, and don't you ever come back. The Dalton brothers were now on the loose, and right away they made a swift exit out of Painful Gulch in order to commit their first infamy as free men. Their first stop was Yuma City Bank, where they got away with everything in the safe after deftly knocking out the manager. Now there's not a moment to lose. Lucky Luke will have to try everything he can to get the desperados back behind bars before they spread panic throughout the far west. The Dalton brothers have entered Yuma City. They've looted the bank and are spreading panic around the town. And from here, we're in control. Left and right let you move left and right. B jumps. A shoots. You can not only move left and right and shoot in those directions, you can shoot upwards by holding up and pressing A. You can also hold up and left and up and right to shoot diagonally upwards, kind of like Super Star Wars, if you needed an analogy for that. Down lets you duck, and you can also shoot left or right while ducking. I don't believe you can shoot down left and down right, though. I may be proven wrong while I play this Let's Play. Left, or L, lets you switch between walking and running. It's easier to aim upwards while you're walking, so keep that in mind. In the upper left-hand corner, you have your current amount of ammo. It works just like in the Game Boy and Game Boy Color game. You can tell just from the red bullets that we have 6 in the chamber, and we have another barrel of bullets for just in case. There's a barrel spinning around right here, and we grab that, we have 6 more bullets. At the lower left corner, you have your current amount of lives and your current amount of health. When you lose all your stars and you get hit, you're done. You lose a life. Lose all your lives and it's game over. Also, if you press up at certain points, you can pull yourself up, kind of Rolling Thunder style, to higher platforms, which is great. And sometimes you can find things like hats that give you extra lives. And if you go over here, you can shoot that guy and then duck before the bullet hits you. The Sheriff Star refills one of your hits. And that's what I said about shooting upwards earlier. Yes, you can do that. If you don't need the item, you won't pick it up automatically. You'll only pick up the item if you need it. So if you're at full health, you won't pick up the Sheriff Star. And if you are at full ammo, which means you have 60 bullets to play around with, you won't be able to pick up the barrel of bullets. And that guy threw a knife at me. I thought he would shoot me. You have to stand at a pretty... You have to stand in a fairly... Ow. Well, at least I shot him. As long as you shoot the hand carrying the gun, you'll be able to take that guy out. I thought I killed him. Apparently I didn't. Well, did that take care of him? Maybe I'm not supposed to duck. Yeah, I'm not supposed to duck when shooting him. Go figure. Anyway, we can go back for that Sheriff Star, I believe. So that's one of our hit points brought back at the very least. And there's the well. It's boarded up for some reason. Strange. Someone has bricked up this well. And there's a whole magazine of bullets, or whole barrel of bullets. I might as well just call it a magazine. Now, if I go in here, this wagon from the right side, there's a card. It's an Ace of Hearts. If you pick up a card, you'll be able to see that you picked it up in the lower right-hand corner. If you pick up all 4 cards in a level, you get a bonus area. And the little bonus area is different depending on where you got all 4 cards at. Now, thankfully, because I left this area and then came back, I can now do as I please. Take out some enemies that have now respawned, and get some things that I wasn't able to get originally. So I can go back refill on health if I need to, and get even more supplies. So I can refill on health, get even more bullets, and just overall better take care of myself. Now, if I enter that wagon a second time, the enemies will respawn again, but so will all the pickups. Which reminds me, I could have picked that up before, but, well, now I can. And I can also pick up that extra life, too. Even extra lives will respawn if you get things to respawn. Keep that in mind. It'll help you get through levels very easily. Now, this little seesaw can get us somewhere if we jump on it. And if we hold up underneath this bale of hay and shoot, it'll bring it down. And if we jump on the other side and wait, we can get up here. Now, he won't have a Sheriff Star. At least there will be a card here. And if you jump into this vulture, you'll be able to get elsewhere and get yourself an extra life. So we've already found 2 cards, but we have a bit of a situation here. Rin Tin Can is here, and there's a stick of dynamite. Let's pick up the stick of dynamite, and the bank teller will tell us, they've thrown the bank manager down the well. Help us, Mr. Luke. You won't be able to get past the bank until you rescue the bank manager. So, now that you have a way of busting open that well again, we can jump into the vulture to get back, and, hey, as much as I'd like to do that, no. Stand on the well, press R, and you'll lay down the stick of dynamite. Stay away from the stick of dynamite so you don't get blown up, and you'll blow up the covering of the well. When this platform stops all the way to as far down as it can go, you jump to the right to avoid the spikes. From here, you can keep going right, and you'll find a bank teller. Thanks for getting us out of there, Mr. Luke. Be careful. The Dalton brothers have plenty more tricks up their sleeves. And I will take that Seraph Star, thank you very much. Let's wait for this platform so we can get on it. And once it goes all the way up, you jump straight up to get out of the well. Everything will respawn, so what we can do is we can go through here again, and we can do stuff. If we need to get more health, we can get it. And we can get all the health and ammo that we need, if we need it. And since we are at 9 barrels, or magazines, or clips, if you want to call them those, we can't pick this up. So don't even bother. We're not going to bother. And let's jump over the well. Let's get this back down because that will respawn. And yikes, really? Can't believe that happened. But can I get... Yes, I can. I can go ahead and refill on that. You can also use that barrel to get up past this. Now, you can grab another dynamite stick if you want, but we're not really going to need it. Instead, we can just get up here, I believe, and that'll... No? Oh, we can just jump onto the wagon. I guess I just wasn't jumping high enough. Now, if you enter this wagon, nothing. However, you can get up there to that second level. But first, I want to go through here, take out this guy just to be safe, and then Luke. I want to jump and then hold right. That'll give us our third card. There's a spade, a club, a diamond, and a heart. And, yeah, you can't duck if you want to hit him. Now, there's a card up there. I'm going to have to do something a little ingenious to get up here. And that's it. We can just get up there that way and just backtrack to get that. I didn't get hit amazingly. Amazingly, you can also use this, but that's more for getting the extra life up there than to get up there. You can just jump up here just fine. Anyway, there's a mortician. I forget what his name is. I know he has a name. He's in the comics. But when you see him, you're going to be facing the boss. So now that we've got all 4 of the cards, we can do this. Get yourself ready for the duel and fire on the signal. Once you press A, wait for the mortician to drop his hand. Now, that's when you shoot. He'll tell you to do it again. Press A. Hand goes down, press A. And I believe we got an extra life for doing it successfully up to this point. Now we just have to do it a 3rd time. Shoot before he does. And he's done. Okay, the fun's over. Stick your hands in the air. I took a look in your postbox, cowboy. The Dalton brothers are starting a mutiny at the Casper Ghost Town prison. Jolly Jumper is somehow able to talk. If you've played the PC game from 2000, you probably know that. Curse it, Dalton brothers. Guess that's the end of our peace and quiet, Jolly. Hup, let's go. The text does move on its own, but you can't speed through it with the A button. And because we have all 4 cards, we have the bonus level. And here, you have to retrieve as many of the stray bills as possible, avoiding the canyon pitfalls. Use the left and right on the D-pad to move Jolly. Press A to jump, and the L or R buttons to lower yourself down left and right. So if you need to be the sides of the dollar bills, and then press L for your left hand or R for your right hand accordingly to reach down and grab them. You can't just run into them with Jolly Jumper. It doesn't work. You actually have to use the L and R buttons to grab the dollar bills from the sides in order to get them. And if you complete this, good. If you can complete this with all 50 bills, even better. You can't be too close to the bills either, otherwise, well, that won't help you. And in the upper left-hand corner, you had your current amount of dollar bills picked up, and to the lower left was the amount of hit points you had. If you take 3 hits from any of the obstacles, you're done, and you get this. If you make it to the other side, but you don't collect all the other dollar bills, the newspaper will say that you just avoided the canyon trap. But I'm pretty sure that if you're able to somehow collect all $50 bills, you might get something even better. I don't think the game rewards you for it, though, unfortunately. But anyway, we are now on the next stage, Prison Rebellion. Password is 1711. So, write that down in case you're playing it on the cartridge. And from here, oh dear. We are back to our starting ammunition, and we're back down to 3 lives. Any ammo and lives you pick up are gone in the next stage. I cannot understand for the life of me why European developers do this. Maybe it's because of how their password systems work. Because CT Special Forces does the same thing. At least the GBA games in that series does. And they have a 4-digit passcode number that doesn't save anything. Although I kind of doubt that, because in that game, at least the second one, the password saves lives, but I digress. But yeah, I don't like it when games do this. Just gonna put that out there. So here we are at this prison that the Dalton brothers escaped from. Or rather, that they came back to and are now causing havoc at. And we're gonna have to fix the mess that they made in the next video. So join me next time where I explore this prison and help out with whatever is going on around here. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!